The sign language interpreter this morning is Tobias Omondi, and as I had promised you at the beginning of the show that we're going to be having a conversation with the proprietors from Kictanet. The guest, he is already in studio, and we are about to have a conversation about the TAP program. Yesterday we had the executive director of the Kenya Society for the Blind, Mr. Waweru Samson, and he spoke about his part and what KSB are doing in the digital access program. But also, if you might remember, last week we had a sit down with the British High Commissioner, that is the acting British High Commissioner, Dr. Ed Barnett, and he was sharing his perspectives about the digital access program and extensively what it is all about for disability inclusion. Now, I don't know if it's a fun fact, but Kictanet is not a disability-centered organization, but disability inclusion has no boundaries. So he's going to be telling us a little bit about what Kictanet does and why they saw it fit to have an inclusive wing or to participate in the matters digital accessibility for persons with disabilities. If you want to be a part of the conversation, kindly head on to our social media platforms. That is on LinkedIn, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. You can subscribe to be notified all the time whenever we put out new content on our platforms. Without further ado, karibu sana, habari ya asubuhi.
Nashukuru sana.
Pole for transcounting from all the way from Kikuyu to the other side of our country. Kindly introduce yourself.
Thank you very much for the welcome.
Yes.
And I do greatly appreciate just to be part of Science Media TV and the team, and also to see the incredible work that you are doing. So my name is David Indeje. I am the communications officer for the Kenya ICT Action Network, that is Kictanet.
Yeah.
And Kictanet is a multi-stakeholder think tank that brings people together, people in technology, academia, civil society, students, and any other person who is passionate around ICT processes, policies, research, and our guiding philosophy is to catalyze synergies for ICT development in Kenya, the region, and also within the continent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, this is not on our conversation list this morning, and it might feel as if I am bombarding you. We saw the IEBC yesterday roll out the continuous photo registration, and they introduced the iris, a part of the biometrics that you are supposed to be sort of authenticated to be registered as a voter. And they haven't gotten clearance from the courts in terms of data protection and all of that. From a Kictanet point of view, I know you might have a thing or two to say about that. What are your thoughts before we even delve deep into the conversation for the day?
Number one, I know certain features of any individual's body, they are very unique to you.
Yeah.
And in many ways, the IBC has always been using the thumbs, the earlobes, and now we have the iris, which is something very new. But we believe it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing as long as the privacy and the usage is very well explained to the users. As we say, whatever kind of data they collect from any other person, they have to be told why why such kind of data is being collected. And within the provisions of the Data Protection Act, it provides ways like how you collect, how you use, and also how you destroy the same. So in this particular case, we understand that why does the IEBC collect such kind of data? Remember, sometimes this year they say they will be phasing out that voter's card and use unique identifier, which is the ID. Whenever you go to a polling station, you have to present your ID. And if, besides the ID, there is always also the thumb to ascertain that this is you. And now that they're bringing in a new layer of identification, it's nothing new as compared to the thumb. Yes, because we know the IBC uses that to ascertain if you are the voter within that particular polling station or not.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's something that has been happening. Yes.
I am implored to probe even further. From your experience or your expertise, what is the difference between the thumb, the fingerprint, and the iris? It's just an election. Why would you need my iris? Because you remember there was a cryptocurrency company. I would not mention, but the country is aware, and the Parliament was vehemently faced them out. But then why would IEBC be given such authority?
Remember, even how the IBC also collects. Remember, also we have persons with disability. There are those
exactly
who do not have the limbs.
Yeah,
so there are
also there are those who are visually impaired.
Yes. So it's just having alternative ways of identifying a user.
Yeah.
And the most important for us to know is for the IEBC perhaps to come out
Yeah.
and tell the citizens,
yeah.
the public, that this is why we are doing A, B, C, D, and why we are having the thumbs,
Yeah.
why we are having the iris,
Yeah.
as additional layers to the ID.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's not something
We shouldn't be alarmed.
we shouldn't be alarmed. What
Yeah.
I just need citizens to understand is be informed. Be informed
Yeah.
that already the if you are a first-time voter registrar, already I know the government has other details of you, but now this is the electoral body
Yeah.
that would want to have your details. But it's not something new. Like personally for me,
Yeah.
unless I want to change my polling station, when that phase comes,
Yeah.
I will go again with my particulars to the IBC officers, and then I change the polling station. But as I sit where I am today,
Yeah.
they already have my details. So all that I need when, let's say, 2027 arrives,
Yeah.
I will only need my ID to go to my polling station,
Yeah.
and
And
any
your
other
thumbs.
details,
Yeah.
and my thumbs, and I'll be good to go. So it's nothing to cause alarm.
Yeah.
But for the IBC, maybe to
To-
come
to
out to the
present,
public and address that particular issue.
More awareness, because
Yes.
it's quite alarming. And I was thinking about those who are visually impaired. Then how are you going to take the iris data?
But just to note, but when you go even to the IBC website on its own,
Yeah.
it has so many documents to explain.
But you know, our reading culture isn't that good. So probably IEBC to extend and do voter awareness and education.
Yes, civic awareness.
Include that particular aspect.
True, true.
All right. You spoke about what KICTANET is all about, and this is a consortia that sort of brings different stakeholders within the internet or within ICT threshold extensively. Kindly, could you break down the type of people that are found within KICTANET? Because initially I thought it is an organization, a CSO organization.
Yes, KICTANET, as I had mentioned earlier, the Kenya ICT Action Network.
Yeah.
It's a civil society organization, but we are registered as a trustee.
So you have affiliates.
No, it's led by a CEO,
Yeah.
and the CEO also get advisory from a board of trustees, which has board members.
Yeah.
And then we have the secretariat. Like for example, I'm within the secretariat where I lead the communications
department. Yeah.
and then I have also my colleagues who handle specific programs within that.
Yeah.
So the trustee provides the advisory led by the CEO, and the CEO also the CEO together with other trustee members also assists us at the secretariat level to realize our strategic plan
Yeah.
and vision of empowered citizens by the year 2027 through the power of ICTs.
Yeah.
Yes. Then why I say we are a multi-stakeholder think tank, the CEO, the board of trustees, and the secretariat, we help to run the organization. But when I say academia,
Yeah.
the general public, students, the government is a very big stakeholder also.
Absolutely.
Because of the ICT work that we do around research, policy, multi-stakeholder engagement.
Yeah.
So ideas that they bring informs our work.
Yeah.
So even our work, we always acknowledge that this is not entirely what KICTANET did,
Yeah.
but this is work that was informed by all the stakeholders, because we believe in the power of collaboration
Yeah.
and multi-stakeholderism. Yes.
Interesting. Then what are some of the emerging, because I'm speaking to somebody who is in ICT, and there are so many things that are happening within this space. There is blockchain, there is artificial intelligence, there is augmented reality, which are some of the things that KICTANET are working on that are exciting you, even as a communications person, that you are communicating out there to the people that you serve.
Number one, by virtue of also sitting here, our work, ICTs, we believe in inclusion. So part of our work is, how are we including everybody, the marginalized, persons with disabilities? So even our work around persons with disabilities started the year 2022. And the team that runs that particular program are persons with disabilities. So they even helped us, ourselves, to be able to fully understand what does inclusion and ICTs mean. Because we believe challenges or barriers to it are usually external, not one person's inability, but barriers like infrastructure and accessibility of devices. So that is just one level of our work around ICTs and technology. We've been able to, because also part of that, we looked at connectivity. Then we have a robust program where we work with communities to do what we call community networks. Complementing what the private sector and what the government does in connecting communities through accessible, affordable internet. So we have various community networks spread across the country, and we worked also with the Communications Authority of Kenya to have a licensing framework, so that hata mtaani watu hawasemi napata internet bonoko the way they do with electricity, but here we have a framework. If you want to provide internet connectivity to your people within your local area, there is a framework, and that one, KICTANET really played a very key role in ensuring that we have that. And then come now to emerging, we've been helping even the IEBC for since the promulgation of the Kenyan Constitution. We've been playing a very key role in the electoral process by looking at how elections and ICT is being used, because there is a component of ICT when we are doing elections. So we've been really informing the body on its use cases, what needs to be done, what needs to be encouraged, the efficiency, etc. Then all through, then like last year, we through other partners and multi-stakeholders, we really worked with the government to come up with what we are calling the AI strategy for the year 2025-2027, which currently we are also working with the government and other partners to see what kind of AI policy we shall be having as Kenyans and the use cases. Also, there are discussions again with government and other partners, and KICTANET is really involved. It's what we call the digital public infrastructure discussions. Like, how do we bring all these things that we are talking around technology, even the questions around IRIS, IDs, the terms, because we understand from birth, our children who are going to school, they have a unique identifier. The name is. When you are registering as a voter, when you are going to acquire any service from, let's say, the hospital, we have the SHA, etc. So many touch points that are within the ICT. Then we have the eCitizen portal. So we are looking like, can all these things come into one place and you have one thing? So those are discussions that are ongoing around digital public infrastructure, and we've been, through other partners, we've also been supporting other countries across the continent to do that. For example, we are working with partners to also help Lesotho to have a digital public infrastructure. The same with Sierra Leone.
Yeah.
Then we've also been working collaboratively with the Data Protection Office just to see what kind of guidance notes can we have. Even this Communications Authority, the world of broadcasting frequencies, we work together through partners to see what kind of policies, frameworks are coming. But by and large, we participate in various submissions to Parliament for the laws that are usually proposed.
In regards to ICT.
Yes.
Yeah.
We convene stakeholders either through webinars, one-on-one, roundtable discussions, or through forums to ensure that their voice is lended as an ICT space. Things to do with digital rights, things to do with public participation, so that they guide a progressive kind of approach, not a retrogressive kind of approach that we have often seen around. Yes, that's a lot of mouthful things that we do.
Absolutely, and as you're speaking, I am battling in my head, and this conversation could turn political, could turn, it could switch in any direction, because there are so many things that you've spoken about. Probably my viewer would want a thing to know, a thing or two about. But we're going to restrict this conversation to matters of disability inclusion and ICT. And my first question, take me back to the team that you at the beginning of 2022. Of course, this inclusion is important, but from a KICTANET point of view, why did you choose to start that journey around disability inclusion and ICT? What gaps? Paint a picture for us. What gaps did you come across and you're like, this is something that we must be a part of?
One, we as the public, we know that the government is doing a lot of digital transformation initiatives across the country through various initiatives. The Kenya Vision 2030, we have the Digital Master Plan 2020 that ends in 2032, if I'm not wrong. Then we have a robust program that the government is doing to enable 20 million digitally literate Kenyan citizens. Then we have the bottom-up agenda from the current Kenyan government. But from where we sit, all these are very progressive initiatives, but there is still a huge gaps in terms of digital divide, especially for marginalized people, in terms of access to devices, affordability. We still have other places that still don't have even electricity, and electricity becomes the anchor for even connectivity.
Access,
Then we have people who need to be fast educated on fast. It's called to be digital aware, and that is why the government and partners are implementing the digital literacy program. Then, besides that, know that government over 22,000 government services have been placed on the digital space. But are they accessible? So our work around digital accessibility program that began in 2022, first we wanted to understand, where are we? Are government websites first accessible? Do they have accessibility features? And what are accessibility features? Things like alt text, screen readers. Is your website able to accommodate different people, first just to read? Because investing in such program is not cheap. It's capital intensive. So we had to look at that. Then we did a study, digital accessibility for government websites, and then we made a submission. And then through that, we started creating awareness to people that this should be deliberate and not like an off-notch, the way we've been seeing it before. We should be deliberate in our programs, not just ensuring that our websites are accessible, even from us, through my colleagues who handle the digital accessibility program. They also had to look at our own website. Is it accessible? Then we had to reach out to other partners to help us in-house first to understand the critical needs. Also to understand like what kind of investments can we do from our own level. That's how we started learning. Then came in the Digital Access Program, funded, supported by the UK government. And this one helped us to understand by bringing synergies of other partners. Kenya Society for the Blind, we had Science Media, just to see that because the internet is a right as per the UN declaration, how can we use technology to bring everybody, leaving no one behind? That's why, for these particular purposes, for me, working in Science Media, I was able to just see how the Assist app was able to help health officials be able to assist the deaf. And this was very commendable. When you see a deaf patient being listened to, not through somebody else, but through the app. Very commendable.
All right, I want us to take a quick break, and when we come back from the break, what are some of you've spoken about why you joined the push for digital accessibility, but then what are some of the limitations when you did these surveys? What were some of the findings of these surveys? What were the pinpoints? What really is limiting? Of course, you've spoken about places where probably there hasn't even been penetration of electricity, but beyond the electricity, which are some of the other limitations and challenges that are hindering digital access, and other wins that you have seen through the digital access program. Dear viewer, keep it Science TV.